Dumaine! Dumaine! Art thou there, Dumaine? Aye? What is with thee, Longueville? Methought Biron had the next watch. Forget watches, my friend. Ramiro is returned. Is there any advance on the king? None that I perceive. He sleeps is all my news. Well, the court is to be convened. Listen me well, for there is no time for repetition. The Protector would his proclamation make, but not afore the Queen and all adherent thereto are without the city wall, on course for Aquitaine. E'en now the train is ready to depart. The Queen will not with Ramiro speak, so all is through Lord Boyer. Biron says he hath a plan to keep the ladies near, but that is all I know. He bade me come and tell thee this, and to gather if there be any change in the state of the king. Is there none? None. He sleeps still. Good then, stay hid, for the convention of the court is nigh. E'en now the guards approacheth. Adieu. Convene the court. My lords and ladies all, I, Ramiro, Lord Protector of the state and kingdom of Navarre, bear sorrowful tidings. As thou art aware, our great and noble King Ferdinand did enter into a covenant with the Queen of Aquitaine that, on completion of an hermitage of a year and a day, he would prove a worthy suitor to her, and this did he bravely undertake. I received news yestermorn that all had not gone well with our sovereign lord. O'ernight have I travelled to Mount Esquires for to see the state of our king, and as reported to me by mine own emissary Victor, the king is dead. The facts are simple. He hath been torn mortally in such a fashion that could only by some wild animal be achieved, so deep and terrible the wounds, a mutilation horrific. I myself, with Victor, have his royal corpse buried atop the mount, and a troop of guards to ring the mount have I this morn dispatched. They shall stand and keep a watch, that none shall enter on pain of death. This place is forbidden to all. Here is the royal signet ring, Ferdinand's state ring that he would ne'er have given up while he drew breath, taken from his own cold finger as a proof. My lords de Valois, Ladoc, and Gilbert, thou art the most noble, inasmuch as thou art kin to our sovereign lord. It is for thee to choose a new king from one of thy most noble houses. But surely, Ramiro, he must with his ancestors be interred at Leiry. Given the circumstance and the nature of his body, the mount doth a better monument make. And there is no mistake? 'Tis not some other man that thou hast found atop the mount? Here is his signet, his one proof of royalty. Let me see it. 'Tis true, 'tis Ferdinand's ring. He would not give this up to any man lightly. I did not. What sayest thou? Who art thou, sir? I am, sir, Lord Biron, a friend to Ferdinand our king, and thy kin. What sayest thou, Biron? I say my lord hath false proclaimed, and this ring obtained in a manner quite different from that thou claimed. I have heard of thee, Lord Biron. Thou hast a reputation for a wit and a quick tongue. I warn thee, this is no time nor the place for the demonstration of those skills thou practise with such dexterity. My lord, I said no jape in this matter. I had my wit within my command, and commanded so to guide me to a better right understanding of the difference in account twixt that which my lord Ramiro relates, and my own recollection of events atop Mount Esquires yestereen. Meanest thou that they were also there? With Ramiro? I say I was there with Lord Ramiro, and without that same lord. In any case, for certain, I was there. 'Tis falsehood. Only Victor and myself were atop the mount. Come, Biron, give up this riddle. It is in poor taste. And there again, my lords, doth my lord Ramiro speak false. From his own lips hath he said, only Victor and myself were atop the mount. And so it was. Then, good my lord, where was the king? Thou art a wit indeed, e'en in poor taste. Now, Biron, hast thou enough on Ramiro's account settled? Nay, my lord, if please thee, I would fain tell my account and offer such irrefutable proof that thou wouldst look into this affair anew. In earnest, Biron, I ask thee, wert thou atop this same mount yesternight? I was, my lord, and not alone. Shall I tell it? There is no sooth, my lords. Biron was not there, and I caution thee against his remorseless wit. Am I not protector? Was I not by Ferdinand himself appointed steward of the state? Doth my word carry no weight? My lord Ramiro, it is possible that Biron could have been atop Mount Esquires without thy ken. If I was, and can further enlighten us within one small detail we are not yet in possession of, in regard to the demise of the king, I for one would cherish it. What sayst thou, cousins? I say proceed. For my part, it may hold some comfort. Biron, proceed with thy account. I warn thee aforehand that if thou art about an humorous deception thou shalt pay for it dearly, as it would offend mine honour, which I would ask Lord Ramiro to satisfy. Dost thou me comprehend? My lord, I am aware of such a wrong such a jest would be. It is merely mine own dear wish to reconcile that which I observed to that which Ramiro proclaimed. Then be about it. go too.
My lords, myself and Lords Longueville and Dumaine did present ourselves to court and were entertained, and then it came into mine ear that the king was expected near. When this did not fall out the same, we further heard, though I'll not name from where, that the king had lost his wit due to the solitude of a life hermit. We undertook to help our friend, and asked a sumpter, a nun, to lend a physic potion his limbs to bind, and thence Mount Esquer as we climbed. There, by moonlight, did we see the effect that was described to we. The king stood fast, and his frame locked, and we were all hid with ears cocked. Then came Ramiro in full view, who did rail and say thereto that he had come to kill the king, but for his love could not him bring to do it. Ramiro then did take the ring and left, after promising that none would trouble our good lord, Navarre would flourish as before, and find a king anew. So there, my lords, is my tale in few.
'Tis a tale fantastical, Biron. But is it true?
If not, I would that it were. I would rather Ferdinand alive and mad, than sane and dead.
This cannot be! Where is thy proof, Biron? Thou hast proof promised, yet I see none.
By your leave, my lords. Dumaine, Longueville.
What is?
Here, my lords, is the proof that we were indeed atop the mount. May I present our sovereign lord and king, Ferdinand, whole, unblooded, and return to us.
Nay, this cannot be.
It looks very like.
But why fall asleep so he? Is he sick?
My lord, we did use a powerful physic on the king. The effects are still upon him. This cannot be the king.
He must some impostor be, employed by these three jack-and apes for some mischievous purpose. I know not what. I say enough of this. Guards, arrest these men! And rouse that ruffian. Bring him to his feet.
Ruffian?
Ruffian? Thou call'st me? When last e'en thou wert so full of love and praise and defence of my good name, so much so that thou wouldst plunge a knife in to preserve it.
My lord, thou art restored to us. Thank the stars.
Silence, Biron, and thou, whomsoever thou art, explain thou this outrage, its purpose, and how it came about. And now methinks I am the only sane man standing in the court.
Ramiro, good Ramiro, it is I, Ferdinand.
Ferdinand! Hold, Gilbert, for though to all outward appearances this may be he, it may be he is not.
If thou be Ferdinand, how came thee hither? From where I left thee, horseless, and at such speed. I say thou art a trickster, informed, I know not how, of our loss, and have with these three adventurers some device concocted to make some further gain.
My lord, it is possible they could have us o'ertook, though were a goodly time returning to the glade.
Is possible, thinkst thou, that all they claim is true? Then this is the king, and I am undone. We shall test it further, afore we yield.
Ramiro,
art thou so determined that I am not Ferdinand?
I am. Thou hast no ring, no signet, and though thou hast the face I love, and bend my knee to, I would fain have more than that. Yet thou hast said, for I heard it, that I was torn asunder, and thou hast from mine own cold finger the signet taken. Am I a phantom then? Nay. I know how it stands with thee, for I have throughout had all my faculties, save the power to move my limbs. I shall give thee such a proof that thou and all doubters hereabout shall know I am returned intact. To the first, my lord Ladoc. There is a certain lady that thou took to thy household as companion to thy wife, and when this certain lady began to grow, and show she had companioned more with some other person than thy good true wife, was she not pensioned, removed from thy household, and is yet living still in great comfort at no expense to thee? Is it not so? And who would that secret know? Ah, I know thee now, and thank thee for the heavens for thy safe and miraculous return, my lord, my king, my Ferdinand. Hangs about me any reek of doubt, sayest thou? None, my lord. To the second, my lord de Valois. I know a certain lord who, in his cups, did wager a certain jewel belonging to his wife, to which she is much attached, which being forfeit when the wager was lost, was rightly and duly demanded, and how a copy in glass was crafted hastily, which he now hangs about her neck, and doth sparkle like a twin to its original. And who would know of such as this? Oh, my lord king, I can only say to have thee restored to us is the greatest joy I've ever known. And thou art certain this is so? As certain as the lady doth yet enjoy her jewel, majesty. To the third, my lord Gilbert. There is a certain man of law that when presented with a case concerning a duel and a death, would have stretched the neck of the protagonist that prevailed. But for the interventions and representations by influential parties, this duellist would hold a sword no more. Do I speak true or no? Never hath a truer word been spoken, though the blade that so struck is long since broken. Welcome home, my lord. I bid my lords to rise. Aha!
My jacket, is it not? Now methinks I have the strongest proof. Though she now in holy weed stands thus, twice by her this jacket's presented us. Mark'st thou this jacket, Ramiro? What of it? Look at her, if please thee. Hast thou ever seen the like? This jacket was by my lady maid. I know it for that same she hath the king presented. Now I begin to fear me. Where hast thou this obtained? From yonder nun. Peradventure thou shouldst her that self-same question ask, or better yet look upon her, and canst thou thine own question answer? Sister, I am afeard. I see thy face, and I know it, though I know thee not. Thy countenance is familiar to me, yet never have we met. Pray tell me, what is your name? I am by my sisters Assumpta called. And wert thou always so called? Nay, my lord. So then, what name had thee, afore their vocation beckoned? Helena. Ah, I knew an Helena once. My lord? Ah, Helena, the one I knew, she was my world. We were betrothed, and she was ta'en from me by cruel fate. How so, my lord? She did go a-riding, for I was busied with affairs of state, and all that was found was bloodied, torn, and despoiled, yet I found her not. And didst thou go after her? I did. Every day I did her seek. Through tears like rain upon my cheek, against all sense none could dissuade me from my quest, and oft I prayed that I should find the same as her, so that together we'd be interred. Methinks she did not die, but wounded on the ground did lie, then wandered far till she was found within a convent's holy ground. A fever did rob her of her mind, and the sisters ever kind did take her in and give her name, Assumpta, an assumed name. Is it thou? It is I, my lord. O Helena! O my lord Ramiro! Now, Ramiro, seest thou the jest? The fates conspire, and we mere mortals do strive to bend them to our will, and when facts are few, we in our minds do rationalize them to our own liking, oft times to our detriment. Look you, here before thee two people stand, the one thy love, and thy within my own minds made perish, and the second thy friend, likewise condemned to death by thine imagination. My lord king, forgive me. Here is thy ring, and all adherent thereto restored to thee, for I no longer can protect be. And now am I fully returned. But, my friend, wherefore dost thy chin hang so to thy brow? My lord, while I look gladly upon thy return, and am full of joy that my Helena, my sweet Helena, hath not perished, and is also to us returned, I see impediments that do mine own happiness bar. And what be they? To the first, my love, though living, is to heaven wed, and stands in godly weeds. To the second, I have declared thee falsely dead, and for the good of the state, and I am clearly forsworn, damned, and no woman right of mind and proper state could with such a fellow consort. At times like these, I've always found me wise counsel from my Lord Biron. 'Tis a shame that thou hast compelled him to be silent, for I am sure his wit would make short work of these impediments were he to be so consulted to counsel thee. And thereto I doubt the good Lord Biron would be so inclined to help him that would have need of it, who hath that same lord and his friends treated so poorly. Then there is no harm to ask. If he nay says, then hast thou nothing lost. The battery it hath run out, but there's no need to scream and shout. We shall continue with our play, and see who shall win the day. Then there is no harm to ask. If he nay says, hast thou nothing lost, and so continue then thou in thy despair. If he say aye, and gives thee through reason a solution, then hast thou all thy heart's desire and proof in him of a good friend. Shall I ask it then? Thou must, or else continue disconsolate. Good Lord Biron, I ask thy pardon in the case of thy wrongful arrest and injunction against thy speech. These were made for the preservation of Navarre, and on that basis can I defend them, but no longer condone them. They are rescinded. Thou and thy friends are free to associate and move about the state at will. I thank thee for thy words, which I shall take by way of an apology, though I have heard thee say thou art protector no more, therefore they have no legal gravitas. Come, Biron, be generous. Ramiro is in earnest, and I would be entertained to see thee best this chap. Good then. I shall, not for Ramiro's own sake, but for Helena's sake, give these impediments some thought. I thank thee, sir, for aught thou canst summon, even not for mine own part. So, Assumpta, or Helena now, hath not yet taken holy vows. Deus meus et omnia rings not yet around her finger. She is but novitiate, and hath not entered that wedded state that all nuns would aspire to. In few, of a nun, she is none, and has yet time to choose the one path or the other. The cure is simple. Remove thy wimple if thou wouldst take him by the hand and wear a different wedding band. Excellent, my Lord Biron. Now to the other matter. On! Of Lord Ramiro it could be said he brought this all on his own head, for on conjecture and false report he did react with stern resort to keep Navarre in good reputation, and so did make hasty of proclamation. In one breath he killed a king and waved aloft a signet ring, so there stands Ramiro, a man forsworn, or so he thinks, but 'tis not borne by the articles that are there writ. There's not the words I swear in it. So this lord yet has intact his honour, so further can he lay his suit upon her. By the stars, thou art as sage as Solomon, my clever, clever friend. Well, Ramiro, what sayest thou to that? The impediments to mine happiness are dissolved as the early morning mist in sunlight. My Lord Biron, I am forever in thy debt and grateful for thy wit. Ah, that my Aquitaine were here to witness these happy events! Call hither my messenger, and bid him the train of my fair Aquitaine to intercept, and may beseech of her Majesty to return to receive a loving and joyous welcome. Majesty, I can vouch that the return of the train will be most welcome, not only for we gentlemen all, but also for the ladies to be clad in more womanly attire. Thou speaks in riddles, Biron. What means this last prayer? By your leave, Majesty. Majesty, ladies, and Lord Boyer, 'tis safe to unmask, we have won the day. Now there is a wonder. How came this to pass, Biron? My Lord Biron, let me tell it. Majesty? When word was given by Ramiro there that we should depart in great despair, did our Lord Biron for assistance ask, and he then set about the task, for we had no desire to go and leave thee in such manner, so these raiments, helmets, did we quickly don, and sent our train as if we'd gone. For each of us, as one did say, we could not live another day without our lords whom we so cherish, and if be so with them, we'd perish. So brave, my Lady Catherine, for whom I gladly grew my chin. For thee, my love, my Lord Dumaine, I would risk it all again. Maria, my love, hath shown her mettle, regardless of how this matter set. For thee, my love, my Lord Longueville, I would face the gravest ill. My valiant Lady Rosaline, undaunted through the dark did shine. For thee, my love, my Lord Biron, I gladly put this helmet. Oh, Aquitaine, to use this plan thou showed more pluck than any man. For thee, my love, my Lord King Navarre, I'd take the wound, show proud the scar. And Lord Boyer most noble showed when he with the ladies herein strode. When such fine ladies showed their mind, what man could go to leave them behind? And so, my lords and ladies all, we are all found with love enthralled. To celebration we'll raise a cup, we'll go us in to dance and sup. So now each Jack doth have his Jill, the King Biron Dumaine Longueville, and Ramiro, he too shall wive. 4 happy lords and one make 5.